Hi, this is Eliza. Welcome back to Eliza's Bookshelf. Today I want to go over this tag that I saw on BookTube. It's called the Reader Problems Challenge? Reader Problems Tag. So it's called the Reader Problems Tag, and it's just a bunch of questions. I wanted to go over it and see what my answers would be. So yeah, let's get started. I have the list pulled up here next to me on my, my laptop here. So I'm gonna go over it one by one. Number one, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? I do have a lot of books on my TBR, so I kind of break it down into what genre. So figure out what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I've just had enough of romance books and they all suck, or they're all the same thing and I want to take a break from it. And then I jump into mystery thriller, or I jump into sci-fi fantasy. Right now I'm kind of on a sci-fi fantasy binge, and I think I would break it down into genre first and then read the synopsis and see what I want to read. Yeah, hope that answers that question. Off to a great start. Number two, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? I'm not one to DNF books or do not finish books. There's just something that, keeps me hanging on and wanting to finish it. Even right now on my Goodreads, I have a book that I've been starting on, or that I've had started, and it's there. It's been there for the past year, I think, but I just cannot remove it. I can't DNF it. I say I'll just get back to it. Who knows if I ever will. But it's just so hard for me to not finish it. One example of a book that I was not really enjoying was the Inheritance Games. So I started that. I wasn't really feeling the storyline. The characters were just meh to me, but I couldn't really stop it. And then in the end, I actually enjoyed it. At the very end, I was like, oh, that's a nice twist. I wonder what's happening next. And so I might or I might not pick up the second book, but that's kind of why I just want to finish to the end, because I want to see if I actually enjoy it. So it's hard for me to not finish a book if in the middle I'm not really enjoying it. I don't know why, I like to be miserable. I mean, I was in medical school and residency for years, so there's that. I don't know. It's just hard for me to just give up on it and not know what happens next, not know if I'll actually like it or not. I definitely will give the series a shot with the first book. So if the first book of the series I don't like, then I won't continue it. Like the Inheritance Games. I probably won't finish that. What other series did I start and I won't continue? Ooh, this one will probably get a lot of disagreements. But what is it? The Crown Prince, The Wicked Kingdom by Holly Black. That book, that series, I did not like. So I'm not going to finish it. So yes, if I'm partway through a series and I don't like it, I won't pick up the next book. So that's fine. But I will definitely try to finish the book itself. Case in point. But anyways, so number three, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? If I'm super close, I might try to finish that challenge by picking up some of the shorter books that I have, but I honestly don't care how much books I read. Number four, the covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? Oh my gosh, I have a series that's kind of like that. That's my Abby Jimenez, the Friend Zone series. For some reason, they come and they're just different heights. If it really bothered me, I would just exchange it for a different one, but it doesn't really bother me, so I'll just keep it as that. Let's see. Number five, everyone and their mother loves a book you really didn't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? Myself? Just kidding. I mean, I don't really talk to many people about books other than my husband. That's why I started this BookTube channel, but he'll definitely hear me ranting about a lot of things. That's husband's duties for you, Okay. Number six, you're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? I mean, I just cry in public. That's how I deal. No shame in that. But I generally don't read books in public that much, No. Usually I'm at home, so not my problem. If I am out in public and I am going to read a book and I do end up crying, it doesn't really matter to me. You'll see tears, doesn't matter. Let's see. Number 7, a sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? What do you do, basically? So it just kind of depends on the book series. For example, from Blood and Ash, we are 4 books out now and a spin-off out, and I've forgotten a lot of details. So I have the 4th book, and instead of continuing right now, I'm kind of waiting for a time when I can reread the series and then catch up. I'm kind of hesitant though, because I know as soon as I reread the series and read the 4th one, another book is going to come out. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to just pause that series and wait until all the books in the series are out and just reread them all again. We'll see. So that's one thing. Yes, sometimes I do reread. The other thing is that if the book was so long and I didn't enjoy it that much, but I do want to continue on the series, I'll just find a quick recap or a quick summary online. I think a good website I use is Read Captains, but a lot of people are coming out with their own summaries on YouTube, so I might just watch that. An example is the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas, House of Earth and Breath. I'm mixing up. House of Earth and Skies, House of Blood and Breath. Some mixture of those words. House of something, Crescent City series. So those books are a little bit long and kind of on the boring side to me, but the 2nd book and its ending was really interesting, a big cliffhanger, very shocking. So I definitely want to continue the series, but I won't reread again. I'll probably watch some summaries on YouTube or read the summary online and then continue. Hope that answers that question. Number 8, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell them nope when they ask? So one thing I do is, because I'm a real stickler about books, I'm really picky. I get really sad when my books are damaged. My kid, I saw my son get close to my book at one point, and I was like, be careful, Aiden, don't squish my book. And a second later, he's like, what? Squish. And so he bit my book, and I was so sad. But yeah, so my problem is I really love books, and I love to share my love of books with people. So I would love to hand them out and let them borrow it. But I found that when I did let people borrow my books, they, number 1, don't even read it. Number 2, they return it in really poor condition. So it really breaks my heart. So if someone actually wants to borrow a book, what I would do is I would actually just buy them a book. I would buy them that book and let them have it. That's my present to them. The other one is the Throne of Glass series. Since I love it so much and I recommend it to everyone, I've just bought a separate set, a borrowing set. So I did lend it out to my family. My cousin, I saw him spill coffee on it, and he apologized. He felt so bad. I was like, don't worry, that's a crap copy. My sister has borrowed one, and when she came to visit, I saw it looked like a dog chewed it up or something. And I was like, I don't remember letting her borrow it in that condition, but whatever, it's my crap copy. So how I deal with it is I just usually have a separate copy for people to borrow. Yeah. Let's see. Number 9, you've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? So whenever I have a reading slump, it kind of tells me that the books that I'm reading is not really what I'm into. So to get over that, I usually pick up a quicker pace and easy read, probably romance book, to kind of get over my reading slump, and then I get back into the books that I've been having trouble with. Number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I buy them all. I probably do buy them all. One thing though, that I have not been liking, so I'll hold off on, is Christina Lauren's books. They're coming out in hardcover now. The Soulmate Equation and Something Wilder, they're coming out in hardcover first. And that's fine, but one, they're more expensive. 2, they don't match my romance books. So for those, I hold off and wait until they become paperback and then buy them. But I mean, if there's so many books that are coming out that I'm looking forward to, I generally, yes, buy them all. And then I deal with my wallet later. And I think this is the last question. After you've bought the new books that you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Who knows? I'm doing a great job of reading the books that I've been buying first and then getting to my backlist books, but I mean, they might sit there for decades. Who knows? Question is, will I ever get to them? So that is the book, what is it called? So that is the reader problems tag. I'll put a link in the description of who I got this tag from, and then I'll tag some others, so join along if you want. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is Eliza's Bookshelf. I'll see you next time. Bye.